Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Friday. We've got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop in it here. A busy slate today as we head into the weekend, starting with the Baltimore Orioles versus the Chicago Cubs. Baltimore opening up as road favorites at -120. The Cubs +100 with the over-under at 7.5. Baltimore coming into this matchup 43-25. The Cubs 31-37. Pitching for Baltimore is Cole Irvin with an ERA of 7.85. Pitching for the Cubs is Kyle Hendricks with an ERA of 3.09. Irvin, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. Hendricks, his last start, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Baltimore coming off a Toronto win yesterday. They're playing very good right now. They are 6-1 in their last 7. Cubs also playing well, coming off a 3-game sweep against the Pirates. They're 5-1 in their last 6. Baltimore, they've struggled head-to-head here against the Cubs. Just 3-7 against the Cubs head-to-head here. Interesting matchup here. I think Cubs are a decent underdog. Hendricks been decent this year, coming off a very nice start on the mound. Irvin's been very spotty here. He's had games where he's given up a lot of runs here, and I think Cubs are a good value today at home. And I'm going to take Cubs +1.5. Next matchup, we've got the Miami Marlins versus the Washington Nationals. Miami opening up as road favorites at -180. Washington +155 with the over-under at 8.5. Miami coming into this matchup 38-31. Washington 27-40. Pitching for the Marlins is Sandy Alcantara with an ERA of 4.86. Pitching for the Nationals is Trevor Williams with an ERA of 4.11. Sandy, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. Williams, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Miami coming off that Mariners win. Washington coming off a big Astros win yesterday. That was a big win for them. They're just 2-8 in their last 10. They really haven't played well. Miami been pretty dominant, 6-1 against Washington, 9-2 on the road against the Nationals here. I'd say it's a pretty even pitching matchup here, and I like the Marlins on the road. They really have been dominant against the Nationals. Nationals really struggling for wins here, and I think I'm going to take the Marlins on the road. Next matchup, we got the New York Yankees versus the Boston Red Sox. Boston opening up. Actually, the lines have shifted a bit. It is a pick'em scenario. Both teams -110 with the over-under at 9.5. Yankees coming into this matchup 39-30. The Red Sox 34-35. Pitching for the Yankees is Domingo Yerman with an ERA of 3.49. Pitching for the Red Sox is Tanner Houck with an ERA of 5.23. Yerman, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. His last start was against Boston, so he did have a great game against Boston last time out. Houck, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Yankees coming off a Mets loss. These teams did just have a 3-game series. Boston stealing 2 out of those 3 games. Boston coming off a Colorado win. Yankees are 9-3 on the road, 7-2 against Boston. These last 2 losses against Boston were the first real times they've lost against Boston in a long time. We got a pretty even pitching matchup here. I will say Yerman's been better on the mound in the last few games. Houck's given up some runs, and in a pick'em scenario, take the better head-to-head team, and I'm going to roll with the Yankees on the road. Next matchup, we've got the St. Louis Cardinals versus the New York Mets. Cardinals opening up as road favorites at -110. The Mets +100 with the over-under at 9. Cardinals coming into this matchup 27-42. The Mets 32-36. Pitching for the Cardinals is Miles Mikolas with an ERA of 4.02. Pitching for the Mets is Tyler Megill with an ERA of 5.14. Mikolas, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Megill, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 7 runs, had 1 strikeout. Cardinals on a 5-game losing streak right now, coming off that series sweep against the Giants. They're just 2-8 in their last 10. Mets coming off a Yankees win. They're also 2-8 in their last 10. St. Louis 1-6 on the road. Horrible road team right now. 2-5 straight up against the Mets. It's a pretty even pitching matchup. Both teams playing poorly, and I'd much rather take the underdog here, and we'll take the Mets plus 1.5 and money line at home. Next matchup, we got the Colorado Rockies versus the Atlanta Braves. Braves opening up as home favorites at -250. Colorado plus 200 with the over-under at 10. Colorado coming into this matchup 29-42. The Braves 43-26. Pitching for the Rockies is Dinelson Lamet with an ERA of 10.80. Pitching for the Braves is Jared Schuster with an ERA of 5.05. Lamet, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Schuster, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 0 strikeouts. Colorado losing to the Braves yesterday 8-3. They're on a 2-game losing streak. Braves on a 3-game winning streak, 8-2 in their last 10. Colorado just 1-7 straight up against Atlanta, 4-10 on the road right now. Yeah, Lamet, he has not been good on the mound this season for the Rockies here, and yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Braves at home. Next matchup, we got the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Texas Rangers. Toronto opening up as road favorites at -140. The Rangers plus 120 with the over-under at 9. Toronto coming into this matchup 38-32. The Rangers 42-26. Pitching for the Blue Jays is Kevin Gausman with an ERA of 3.12. Pitching for the Rangers is Martin Perez with an ERA of 4.67. Gausman, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Perez, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 7 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Toronto, yeah, coming off a tough Baltimore series. Rangers coming off that Angels loss. They had a tough Angel series as well, losing 3 out of those 4 in that series. Toronto, they are 7-2 against the Rangers here. Rangers are 9-4 at home. They play well at home here. Gausman coming off a very bad start on the mound. Nonetheless, he's been good this season. Perez been kind of rough. He's had some very bad games on the mound here, and I think there's still good value with the Rangers at home, and I'll take Rangers plus 1.5. Next matchup, we got the Cincinnati Reds versus the Houston Astros. Astros opening up as home favorites at -195. The Reds plus 160 with the over-under at 9. Reds coming into this matchup 34-35. The Astros 39-30. Pitching for the Reds is Andrew Abbott with an ERA of 0. Pitching for the Astros is JP France with an ERA of 3.54. Abbott, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 4 strikeouts. He has not allowed a run in his 2 starts this season. France, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Cincinnati, they're hot right now. They're 8-2 in their last 10. They're on a 5-game winning streak. Houston, coming off a disappointing loss against Washington yesterday, they've really been struggling here. 4-6 in their last 10. The Reds 10-2 on the road, 9-3 on the road against the Astros. I mean, yeah, they're hot right now. The Reds playing very good baseball here, getting big underdog value, and Yeah, I think they're a really good underdog today, and I'm gonna take the Reds plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Angels versus the Kansas City Royals. Angels opening up as road favorites at minus 150. The Royals plus 135 with the over-under at 9.5. Angels coming into this matchup 39-32. The Royals 18-50. Pitching for the Angels is Patrick Sandoval with an ERA of 4.52. Pitching for the Royals is Brady Singer with an ERA of 6.58. Sandoval, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Singer, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Angels coming off a nice Rangers series, winning 3 out of those 4 games. They're 8-2 in their last 10. Royals, they're on a 9-game losing streak right now. It's been very rough for the Royals. LA, 4-1 against the Royals, 4-1 on the road where they're playing well. Sandoval hasn't been the greatest on the mound, but I just don't trust this Royals team that's just on a horrible losing streak. I'm going to take the Angels on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers opening up as home favorites at minus 120. Pirates plus 100 with the over-under at 9. Pirates coming into this matchup 34-33. The Brewers 34-34. Pitching for the Pirates is Mitch Keller with an ERA of 3.41. Pitching for the Brewers is Julio Teheran with an ERA of 1.48. Keller, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 7 strikeouts. Teheran, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. The Pirates on a 3-game losing streak, coming off that rough Cubs series. Brewers, they're on a 6-game losing streak. They've struggled against Minnesota and Oakland. They just simply aren't playing well. Pirates 6-2 against the Brewers. They're playing good baseball right now. Keller's had some rough games on the mound for the Pirates. I just don't like the Brewers here, and I really think the Pirates should be favored in this matchup. So I think you're getting the Pirates at a good value today, and I like the Pirates plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Cleveland Guardians versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks opening up as home favorites at minus 160. Cleveland plus 130 with the over-under at 8. Cleveland coming into this matchup 32-36. Arizona 41-28. Pitching for the Guardians is Tristan McKenzie with an ERA of 4.50. Pitching for Arizona is Zach Gallen with an ERA of 3.09. McKenzie, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Gallen, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Cleveland coming off a Padres win. Arizona coming off that not 4-game series, but 3-game loss against the Phillies. Had some tough games, 2 one-run games there, so had some close ones. Cleveland is just 1-4 on the road against Arizona, 2-5 straight up against Arizona here. Yeah, they really haven't played that good against the Diamondbacks, and I like Arizona at home. I do like Gallen on the mound here. I think Arizona could bounce back this series, and I'm going to roll with Arizona at home. Next matchup, we got the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Oakland Athletics. Phillies opening up as road favorites at minus 145. Oakland plus 120 with the over-under at 8.5. Phillies coming into this matchup 35-34. Oakland 19-52. Pitching for the Phillies is Taijuan Walker with an ERA of 4.67. Pitching for Oakland is J.P. Sears with an ERA of 4.15. Walker, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 5 strikeouts, coming off back-to-back 0-run games. Sears, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. The Phillies 8-2 in their last 10, coming off 3 straight wins against Arizona. Oakland coming off 2 straight losses against Tampa Bay. And Oakland, they were on that huge 7-game win streak, but of course it came to an end. And I think it'll get back to reality for Oakland, and they'll start losing games here. Phillies 5-1 on the road. Good road team as of late here, and I'm taking the Phillies on the road. Next matchup, we got the Tampa Bay Rays versus the San Diego Padres. Rays opening up as road favorites at -120. Padres +100 with the over-under at 8. Rays coming into this matchup 50-22. The Padres 33-35. Rays coming into this matchup. Pitching for the Rays is Shane McClanahan with an ERA of 2.18. He's 10-1 on the mound. Padres, it's Yu Darvish with an ERA of 4.30. McClanahan, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Darvish, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Tampa Bay coming off back-to-back Oakland wins. Padres coming off a Cleveland loss. Tampa Bay 9-1 against the Padres, 5-1 on the road against the Padres. They played very well. McClanahan's been excellent on the mound this season. McClanahan, won his last start. He's been dominant this season, 10-1 on the mound, racking up wins. And I think I'm going to roll with the Rays on the road. All right, next matchup, we got the Chicago White Sox versus the Seattle Mariners. Seattle opening up as home favorites at -120. The White Sox +100 with the over-under at 7.5. White Sox coming into this matchup 30-40. The Mariners 33-34. Pitching for the White Sox is Michael Kopech with an ERA of 4.03. Pitching for the Mariners is Brian Wu with an ERA of 10.80. Kopech, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Wu, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 7 strikeouts. The White Sox coming off a Dodgers loss. Seattle coming off a Miami loss. The White Sox are 5-2 against Seattle, 4-2 on the road against Seattle here. I think White Sox are pretty sneaky underdog today. On the road, Mariners aren't really playing that well. Wu has only pitched twice this season, hasn't looked great. Winnable game for the White Sox here, and I'll take the White Sox +1.5 on the road. Then the last matchup, we've got the San Francisco Giants versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers opening up as home favorites at -135. The Giants +115 with the over-under at 9.5. Giants coming into this matchup 36-32. The Dodgers 39-30. Pitching for the Dodgers is Bobby Miller with an ERA of 0.78. And this is a very late game, so it is undecided. So we'll see what happens. I am seeing potentially Brebbia could be pitching for the Giants with an ERA of 3.25. So we'll just see. I see a lot of undecided stuff. So go ahead and check that later on today when that stuff does get released. Giants on a 4-game winning streak, 7-3 in their last 10. Dodgers coming off a White Sox win. They've been kind of spotty here. But the Giants 1-9 on the road against the Dodgers, 2-15 against the Dodgers. Giants really do struggle against the Dodgers, and they just, for whatever reason, they cannot beat them here. And I think I'm going to roll with the Dodgers at home, and we'll see who ends up pitching for the Giants. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Friday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Saturday. Have a good one.